welcome everybody, man, to week 23 of the
Week
laboratory of
23.
week 23, week Michael J, week MJ, week the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Weekend 23, laboratory of redemption. We are standing on business this month. Again, as we go, also the word, the topic of this week that it's about reflection. Um, and again, as far as when I think about the laboratory of redemption and um, what it means to me, I've been doing this for 5 years. I'm born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Um, the laboratory of redemption, man, it really means that for me, it's a place to redeem, man, to right my wrongs, to try to correct the missteps that I've made in my life as far as mismanagement of money, not being a good steward with my money, um, making bad decisions with jobs, quitting jobs, doing all the kind of crazy stuff. You do not, oh just a lot of stuff that this opportunity here, this community, this laboratory of redemption is offering me an opportunity to correct those wrongs and make them right. And I say that because with this career path, it's it's allowing me to make enough to where I can actually make money, put up for retirement, do things, invest, where I can become a part owner of a spa in Dallas, Texas. Uh, this is giving me that opportunity. All right, this career path has really been something that's allowed me to redeem myself. And this community has brought it all together. So when I really say this laboratory redemption, it really means something to me. And it's not just a group of words. It's really an opportunity for me to do this. And I hope for those that have felt some of those same things, that you can see this as that as well. So that's what it definitely is for me, man. And so when I reflect back on things, um, let me see. I started off Guys and Dogs, BF the Real, T.L. Marsalis, Albert Sidney Johnson, Whitney M. Young, Bertie Alexander, Harry Stone, T.W. Brown, Justin F. Kimball, Wilma Hutchins. That's 10 schools. I've been to 10 schools in 12 years. That's just those formative years. That's a lot of moving around. So my life has been used to that. So that's enough about me, man. I just got me thinking and reflecting back on everything. We're gonna have a really, really, really great call tonight, guys. We're gonna go with that panel. It was so great last week, man. We're gonna keep that rolling. We're gonna have a great panel tonight, guys. We're gonna get the 360 marketing team. So all that stuff that you see out there, that's on IG, on Facebook, all of those great profiles and all of the things that you see, man. We're gonna get an opportunity to meet these guys that are behind the scenes to see how they started. We got questions for them, questions that we've already submitted to them. So please feel free to drop questions in the chat. Hit them with the hard questions, man. That's what we're here for. So I'm really, really looking forward to doing that. And of course, we have our very own Janae. She is going to be, overseeing that. She's going to be doing the Oprah to the panel and doing her thing, with that. So I'm looking forward to that. So again, guys, we do ask that you fill out those feedback forms and drop it to us, man. So we're taking any suggestions, man, for things that we need to do, for things that you guys like, things that we need to do more of that we're already doing. So we really, 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 really look forward to hearing all of those things, man. So without further ado, Miss Janae, would you mind taking the mic and getting the show on the road?
All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us today on this lovely Sunday evening. As Meech mentioned, my name is Janae. I've been adjusting for a full year now. I literally started at the very, very start of the year. January 1st, or I should say December 28th, literally is when I got a call and they were like, hey, can you be in South Carolina January 1st? $38 an hour. Can you be there? I said in less than 2 seconds, yes, absolutely. Had no idea how I was going to get there. Financially, not stable at that time. So it was more like, we're going to figure it out, once we accept the job. And that's what I did. I met Meech at that first deployment. I want to say the rest is history because you see where we are right now, but it's been a lovely, lovely year. When I first got into adjusting, I did not know anything about it. I had no background in construction. Um, I had no idea what I was really going to be doing. I just know myself that I'm a fast learner, and I knew that I was highly motivated, and I knew that I would do well eventually. It was a very rough start, to say the least. Like most people here, you just get thrown into things. Like I said, Meech was the first person I met. He was the only adjuster I've seen this year, besides one other person I randomly ran into in Missouri, who had a State Farm badge. That's the only reason why I knew that person was an adjuster. But I just was saying that to be like, they really throw you in there. You don't know people, you don't really know what's going on. Luckily I found a friendly face, in South Carolina to kind of help me
Hold on.
navigate
I'm sorry.
briefly.
Not to
Yes.
interrupt. I'm sorry, not to interrupt, please, but
Right.
when I first seen Janae, so she was this tall girl.
Okay, don't start.
With a skateboard in her hand. She's on a skateboard.
I said I wasn't financially stable. I didn't even have a car. Okay.
She didn't have a car
The
yet. She
very
just had
first
a
meetup,
skateboard.
I had to skate there. I didn't have no
Yeah,
money for a
absolutely.
cab,
I'm just
nothing.
saying
Like
that.
I was
Hey, yo,
broke.
Don't let it stop you.
Right.
She was on
I
a
was
straight
broke.
skateboard, making her way to where she needed to be. I was like, I
I
gotta
damn
meet her.
sure
I'm like,
did.
she is down. So,
I
yeah,
did.
skateboard.
Like I
Yeah,
said, I was
absolutely.
highly motivated. So it was like, yo, you got to get there how you get there. I did end up getting a car about 2 days later. Thank the Lord. But yeah. So, like I said, that first deployment, was very rough the first couple of weeks. Like most, adjusters, you probably last about 2 to 3 weeks before they start, cutting people, and the people that are super green are the first ones to go. Um, Lucky for me, my manager saw something in me. I put myself in, Travis, help me out. What do we call it? I put myself in
miracle territory.
Miracle territory. And they asked me to go to California right after that. So right after that, they was like, hey, California gig, $68 an hour. You trying to go? Absolutely. Had no idea what I was doing. Yes, sign me up. So I went out there, and it was like starting all over because I started with interior claims for the first 2 to 3 weeks in South Carolina. When I went to California, it was all wind exterior. So it was legit starting all over from scratch for me. So again, it was rough. I had a lot of help though, as far as management goes. So I was very blessed in that way. A lot of people, that their journey is not as easy as that. But that's why we have this community. That's why we're building this community, so that people that start out, that's just like me or just like some of the other people in this room, they won't have such a rough start. That's pretty much the gist of that. And one of these days, I will be a guest speaker, and I'll really go into, those deployments and how much money was made and all that good stuff.
So how much did
Yes,
you make?
I did. I did very well, especially when I was in California, not knowing anything. I was getting paid like I was like 8,000 every 2 weeks. I was like, yeah, I think I could stay out here for a while. I think I could stay out here. So it was a great experience. I say all of that to say, listen, guys, if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about getting in, you're not sure if you could do it. I had no idea what I was doing. Just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Just experience it. See if it's for you. You may get out there for 3 months and be like, man, this is the best job I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Or you may get out there and be like, I could probably do this for a year or so, but let's get to the money and find your vision within the vision, right? That's what it's all about, at least for me. Um, Really quick, I do want to say when we go into the panel discussion, please don't hesitate to either raise your hand if you don't feel comfortable speaking. You can always shoot questions in the chat. We'll make sure to get to you guys. The feedback form is so important for us because we really want to make sure that we're up here giving you valuable information, things that you can really use, things that you may need. So please fill it out so we know how to better serve you guys, because that's really what we're here for, is to serve y'all. I love that. So with that said, the panel discussion today is it's going to be super good because it's all people that are super young, get into this industry right in the beginning. And
like you old.
I I'm a little older than them. I'm a little older than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of in that generation too, but shut up. Don't talk about that stuff. Anyway, if you guys could come off mute and please just introduce yourself. Let's start with Sophia, just because, you know, we right here. So we'll start with Sophia and then the guys could go ahead and introduce themselves. But come say hi, guys.
Hey everyone, my name's
Hello.
Sophia. I am an licensed insurance adjuster for about 2 years. I haven't put it to use yet because I've been a little comfortable here at the restaurant industry. I'm good with people. So after attending these meetings, I've kind of learned that there's a lot of abundance out in this world. I just got to go out and get it. So I run the Facebook, and I'll let everyone else introduce.
Yeah, we're here to convince her. We're here to convince her to come over to this side.
Exactly.
Who's up next? Major?
All right, I'll go ahead and come up on stage next. All right, so my name's Major Adams. I've started adjusting in 2018 after I graduated. And I really, on that first deployment, I started off in Mariana, Florida. The hurricane was my first ever deployment with Travis and Meach. And like Janae said, I wasn't as lucky as Janae. I did meet Travis and Meach. We didn't have a community or somebody like that we could really, talk to about the process and everything. But yeah, I was gone in about 3 weeks, like she said. I only made about 6,000. But I stuck with it in the down seasons. And like as we were talking about, like on the first part of the call, if anybody caught it, I started getting my certifications up, like my rope and harness, the Xactimate training. Then I was able to get more opportunities. Like as I went on with my experience. Then I had another deployment, and about 2 years later, I took a little break, but that's when I started really getting the hang of it. And then on my most recent deployment is when I really started getting pretty comfortable. I did I want to say about 60K in a month with wind and hail claims.
Hey, slow
And
down. Slow down. Slow down.
Jesus.
Say it again, man. Say it. What? Say it again. I didn't hear what you said.
He didn't even believe the number he just said. Like, what?
Definitely. And then it was actually this community that really helped me get there. Because I started off kind of slow. At first you got to get basically comfortable with your managers, the team leads, so they'll raise that authority up
Building
for you.
trust. Showing that good integrity that you got.
Exactly. Really, they would just want to make sure that you're a hard worker, and like you said, you got integrity and you got a pretty good idea of what you're doing. Then once I got that up, Travis called me. He asked me how I was doing, how much I was making, and I wasn't doing like having those 10K, 20K weeks. And he was like, what's your authority? I was like, about 35K. He was like, oh yeah, you should be, giving that motivational speech. Like, there's no reason you should.
100K in a month. What's wrong with you?
Right. That's my goal right now too. I'm trying to become a part of that 100K club. And then I actually, I got a marketing team, my friends who's coming up next, Sterling and Kayvon, into the industry as well, because of the opportunity, that I've that I got to experience. And so
That's
I'm
how
a
I could tell you. That's how I could tell you love and care about them because you signed up. You got them signed up too.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. You know, the more the merrier. We all trying to win. And like my guy Obi says in the chat, he's next.
Oh yeah, definitely.
See, I go ahead and pass it on to Kayvon.
Go ahead,
All
Mr.
right.
Hill.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? My name is Kayvon Hill. Like Major said, I'm a childhood friend of his. I've been adjusting since May of 2022. I acquired my license in August of 2021. I got into adjusting basically because it was recommended to me by Major. Around the time that we both graduated from college, he began to get into the insurance industry and started adjusting. And he told me about it. And during that time, I was thinking I wanted to do something with my college degree first. And I attempted to, do the corporate world, and Major basically started adjusting, and he told me how things were going. And then after a year or so of me attempting to do something with my degree, I kind of realized that maybe I should give this adjusting thing a try. And during that time, Major actually had taken a break. He wasn't adjusting anymore, and I just took that leap of faith, and I acquired my license, and then I went on my first deployment. And ever since then, I haven't looked back.
It's
Similar
been
to Janae, yeah, similar to you, Janae. When I first uh started adjusting, I was coming out of a dark time as far as like financially. Before I started adjusting, I had quit my corporate job because I was like, I'm gonna go all in with adjusting. And it took a little while for me to get my first deployment, but um ever since I started adjusting, my life has completely changed. I have complete financial freedom. Even right now in
right.
this moment, I haven't worked since June. I've been off for about 6 months, and I've been able to live comfortably. I've been traveling a lot. I've
Wow.
been able to help out family and friends and whoever I may be able to help out. But my life has completely changed thanks to my boy Major. And I even
That's a
mentioned
good
this.
friend right there.
That's a great friend. About 2
What kind
years
of money did you
ago,
make though, man? What kind of money did you make in that 18 months?
Mm.
so I made 200,000 in my
Ooh.
first year of adjusting. two hundred
Well,
thousand dollars, man.
Yes, sir.
So my job, one of my jobs that I did after college, I worked for Enterprise. I was in the management trainee program, and we in that program you have to work up from the bottom to get to the top of the chain, pretty much. And when you become uh what they call an area manager, which is like you've worked at Enterprise for 10 years. That salary is about $110,000. I made double that
mm,
in the span of
mm,
a year. So
Mm.
that's just to give a general idea of how adjusting has completely shifted my perspective on how I look at money and finances. This is a huge opportunity. If you're thinking about it and considering doing it, it has completely changed my life. And I'm actually in my car right now. And just to give an idea, because we want to talk about, like the blessings and the lifestyle that it brings us. I went from driving a 2010 Chevrolet Malibu, and now I'm sitting in my nice Audi. And that's I'm saying that in a humble way, but just to
right.
give you guys
Absolutely.
the idea that it blesses you in many ways. So
Hmm. That's nice. I love that. Sterling.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Sterling Reed, last member of the media marketing team. And like my guy said, I got into adjusting through Major and Kayvon just by literally watching them like change their lives. Like you already heard the numbers. So like outside looking in, like I didn't envy, I wasn't jealous. I was just like, damn, like it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to do the same thing, Like this is real. It's tangible. It's not like, get rich quick, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a game. It's actually real. You know what I'm saying? And I got my adjuster license this year in April, and I went on my first deployment the end of August to October 1st. So about like a month and a week, maybe. And I was in Minnesota, and I made like $10,000. So
got a nice little taste.
right, nice little cherry, like just like sticking your finger on the ice and tasting it, just like, oh yeah, I need some more.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so let's get into these panel discussions, okay? First off, let me ask everyone to the group. I know Kayvon already mentioned it, but do you guys have a degree? If you do you regret getting your degree? Are you happy you got it? Like, can we talk a little bit about that?
I guess I'll go first. So I have a degree. I have a business marketing degree from Louisiana State University, LSU Tigers. I definitely do not regret getting my degree. Because outside of the degree, by me going to school, it brought a lot of opportunities to me as far as networking. I met a lot of people. I was able to experience getting into the real world, but kind of still being in that shell of being in college. So I don't regret it at all. But after acquiring a degree, I can admit that I do not believe that going to college and getting a degree is necessary. A lot of people that I know and friends that I know acquired college degrees, and they weren't able to really do much with the degree. So I wouldn't say that it's necessary, but I don't regret it at all. Actually, I'm proud of my degree, proud to say it pretty much what I'm proud of is that I accomplished something that I started, So it was for
That's
that,
important.
it just was all about perseverance. Yeah. And just acquiring that.
Anybody else?
I don't have my degree, but I saw the abundance the money she was making, and I was like, okay, I need to hop on this train too.
Who's your mom?
Right. Yeah, for those who don't know, Miss Toby Rowe is her mom, who's very, very good. So yeah, so Sophia, once you get that down, if you want to partner up, we could knock these things out together.
Yeah, I'll keep y'all updated for sure.
And I go next. I do have a degree. I have a degree in business finance from Austin College in Sherman, Texas. And I don't regret getting my degree because I am passionate about finance, and I do a little bit of investing and leverage trading, and basically just following the markets, the interest rates, and just seeing the direction that the country's going in financially. So I don't regret it because I do like to, well, Justin has honestly given me more opportunity to use my degree because now I actually have, some assets that I can like invest in. Like I have funds that I can use now and like do like real world, invest in making trades and just preparing for the future. So I don't regret it, but like Kayvon said, I know that it's not necessary for adjusting. 'Cause like on my last deployment, I was actually with the youngest adjuster I ever met, and he was about 19 years old,
Oh
just kind of
wow,
graduating, all right, making about 16 to 20K a month. So yeah,
that's
it's
great.
not necessary, but I don't regret it.
And I actually don't have a degree. I went to college for 2 years, but I didn't finish. I went to UTSA, but so I don't have a degree. I honestly kind of regret going because I feel like I didn't maximize. Like I really wasn't. My heart wasn't in it from the start. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to preparatory school, and they preached college. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I graduated cum laude, but I don't like. My heart just wasn't in it. But like if I had a Justin at 18, you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely would have taken that route, like But that's just me, you know. That's just my opinion on college. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's for everybody. Uh, it was cool when I was there, you know, but I just, you know, I wasn't locked in.
That's right.
Okay, okay. This next question, it will be for Major and Kayvon. Um, how are you guys able to like maintain relationships with like friends or significant others while you guys are on deployment?
You want me to go first, just Major?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start it off.
Okay, so for me, um, I make it work pretty much by staying disciplined and getting my work done in an efficient amount of time. As far as, when I'm working, I work and I try to get done, get my day completed basically at an efficient rate. And I make time to have phone calls and FaceTimes and, talk to like my significant other or, whoever I'm talking to at the time. And I also, by us making so much money, you're able to fly them out to where you are to come and visit you for, however long. But you're able to make it work. What we do is very demanding. It requires
Right.
a lot of attention and time and effort, but it's definitely possible to make it work. So I don't think that is difficult at all. You know, I'm not specifically as blessed as Toby is, and with her partner and able to work with my partner.
Right.
But it's able to work. And then my girlfriend, she's actually in dental school, so it's like she's busy as well. I'm busy, so we're
Mhm.
both on the grind right now. But whenever she gets any free time, I'm able to fly her out to wherever I am.
That's good.
And then for me, I actually want to, go back to something that Toby said on one of our earlier meetings. I try to take that mentality that she said, and she basically said that, when she's on deployment, she tells everybody like the people close to her that, I'm gonna be working if it's something important, like real important. I forgot what she said that they text her or let her know, but they'll just let her know that, and she knows, to pick up the phone and like trying to see what's going on. But basically, what I do, I lay down those ground rules. I say that, I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna be working. This is to help out, you as well, like help out everybody. And like I just let them know my hours basically. Like, hey, from 7 to 7, I'm working. I might be able to answer the call. I might not, but after that 7 o'clock, I reach out to my people, see how everybody's doing, return calls. Just that's how I like to stay in touch with people. Like when I'm working, but when I'm done, I do make that time.
That's good advice for myself too, like going into the next appointment, just like letting people know, hey, from this time to this time, don't hit my line. Pretty much,
Right, I tell them don't take it personal.
Right. Yeah, don't take it personally. Okay, so what was this is for anyone who wants to answer. What was the most difficult part of your journey of adjusting for you to grasp? Like what was the hardest?
Like concept of graph.
Yeah, concepts. Or even as you were
Uh,
studying, like was there anything that you were kind of stuck on? Like,
for me, when I went to Minnesota, I wasn't doing many new claims. So I was doing a lot of reconciliation. So it was hard for me to
oh
um,
yeah.
get used to doing those because I wasn't starting a claim from the actual, inspection start point. I
Mhm.
was, you know, years and months down the line, estimates already handed out and payments made, that kind of deal. So, um, I guess that was
This
probably like,
this is my fourth deployment and I'm just getting used to reconciliations.
Yeah, so
So so hold
you
tight.
already know
Hold
what
tight. It's
yeah, for
tough.
me.
It's
So
very tough.
yeah,
I
for
remember
sure.
in the beginning, I would just leave them. I would just keep like leaving them off. That's probably why after 3 weeks they was like, okay, let's wrap it up and send it somewhere else. But yeah, reconciliations is definitely tough. Definitely a tough part of the gig. Anyone
And
else? Major, you have something?
yeah, I was gonna say, speaking to that, really, it's the same thing with me, honestly. The reconciliations were really just the hardest part to kind of get a grasp of how to handle them and how to get them closed back out. Like basically, going back and forth with the contractor. The reconciliations, yeah, that was my hardest obstacle.
So So for those who don't know, reconciliations is basically once you already or once the adjuster already gives out the first initial report, then the contractors usually come in with those supplements that they want to add. So anything that was missing or anything they need to add on there to help them facilitate whatever else they need to get completed. And at times, contractors are just excuse my language, but they're just throwing shit at the wall. Like they're just seeing how much you'll let slide. So a lot of the times it's tough because you have to go back and forth with them. You gotta let them know, hey, you don't need 8 extra labor hours because the houses are very close to each other. Like it's just like little things that they try to get extra money on. So you have to go back and forth. You have to add what's necessary and then complete it. But Kayvon, did you have anything to add for that one?
Yeah, it was me. Definitely getting claims that I didn't initially inspect.
Oh my goodness.
That was definitely a very difficult thing for me, especially
Very.
claims like freeze and water claims, because especially the claims that didn't have a mitigation company go out and basically already take a look at it, and it's much easier. And just for those of you who don't understand what I mean by a mitigation company, whenever there's like a claim that you get that's a freeze claim, meaning that the pipes at someone's home, they were frozen and then they would burst and then the water would damage the interior of the home. It could, burst on the second story of the home and damage all of the drywall on the second story and go down to the first
Flooring,
story.
wall, yeah, everything.
Yeah. So those type of claims are extremely difficult because you have to know you have to know how a house is built. You have to know what is the making of like, the interior of a home. So I would say that was very difficult for me. Also content collaboration,
Oh
just
boy.
knowing.
Yes, you are saying all the stuff. Yes. Tough.
Right, like just knowing what to pay for, how to depreciate it. It's like that is a very difficult part of adjusting because when we say contents collaboration, meaning that when there's an interior like water claim, sometimes people have clothes that get damaged. They have uh personal items. It could be anything like a television or
Mhm.
whatever, and it's very difficult to know what was already damaged, what wasn't actually damaged that they're trying to claim and potentially get money for.
Mhm.
Those are the very difficult claims to handle because it gets very technical. But outside of like a specific claim, I'll say like a concept of adjusting that was very difficult for me at first was basically getting things done immediately. When I on my first few deployments, there would be some days where I would go out and inspect, and it would, be summertime. It'd be extremely hot. So you go out, you run 3 inspections. You're driving on some deployments. You might have to drive an hour and a half to get to your inspection, and you're driving far to get to your inspection. You get out there, it's extremely hot. You have to set up your ladder. You have to get on the roof that the sun is blazing down on. You're sweating. You have to get off of the
Mhm.
roof. You have to take your ladder down, put it back in the car. So by the time you get into your car, you're burnt out. You kind of want to just go and chill. You want to relax, but when you get to that point where you want to chill and relax, that's when you can kind of get behind on your work because managers always preach. As soon as you get in that car, upload those photos, label them.
Mhm.
Write that estimate, get that claim handled. But like I said, when you have that other aspect where you're like, man, I'm tired. I kind of want to just go drive back to my hotel and my Airbnb, take a shower,
Mhm.
get fresh really quick, and then I'll,
Right.
then I'll sit down in front of my computer and upload my photos and write my estimate. But the tricky part about that is once you drive back for an hour and a half, get to your hotel, you take your shower, and then you're comfortable. As soon as you sit in front of your laptop, you're like, oh, I kind of want to take a nap. And then if you want to take a nap, that's when you get to the point where you have 3 claims that you inspected today, and you have 3 sets of photos to upload. You have 3 estimates to write, and then now it's 8 o'clock at night, and you're like, man, I need to finish all of this work, and you're tired. So that I feel like that concept was difficult at first, just the finding that willpower to fight through and just get the work done in the moment versus putting
Mhm.
stuff off and then getting behind. So I would say that was probably
Mhm.
the most difficult thing about adjusting. Every day it's something new. You have new inspections, so that's new work. And then you can
Mhm.
wake up, you have new tasks where they assigned a new claim to you that you have to handle. That could be a reconciliation, somebody else's claim that was released from an assignment, and you're taking over on their claim where they left off. And then you look up and you have multiple tasks. So I would say that
Mhm.
was very difficult for me to adjust to at first. Just dealing with being tired and but just
Mhm.
finding that willpower to just get that claim handled. So I would
And
say that's another thing.
I would say that's what separates you, even if you're a new adjuster. If you are a brand new adjuster and you get in your car after that inspection and you put in that file note, you're already separating yourself from other people, even
Yep.
veterans, people that's been doing it for 5, 10 years. You're already separating yourself because there's people that, like you said, they'll wait. Okay, I'm gonna take a shower. Okay, then it's like, you know what? I'll just put the file note in tomorrow. And then that's just a
Right.
bad habit altogether. You know what I'm saying? So like you separate yourself by being on task, staying on point right after that inspection, at least in my opinion. And we got Coach K Joy on here. She'll let you know she's a manager. She'll let you know that's what's going to separate you. Like staying on task. Now I have a question from the crowd. Now don't take this personally, but I heard that like your generation, not mine, your generation is called like quitters or very lazy. Like what do you guys think about that? Do you think that's true?
No,
You
I
said
think it's
no?
true.
no, no.
I think
I
it's
just
true.
think that no, I don't think we're lazy. I just think that um we just find ways to maximize our time better. Like I think older people or the older
Well,
generation,
yeah, they have a different type of work ethic, where
right?
it's
Yeah,
like you gotta work hard, you're gonna work your way up
right.
the ladder
That's
and
all
I
they
feel
know is
like
hard work. Yeah,
right, right,
for sure, for
right. So
sure.
go ahead, Kmon. What was you about to say though?
So I feel like with my generation, like I live in a generation of instant gratification,
Yep.
so a lot of people they want like results immediately in my generation. And back in the day, specifically with adjusting, like in this generation we have eagle views, which they give us a
Hmm.
complete layout of the home, the measurements of the roof.
Can you
the
imagine if we didn't have that? Oh my
they didn't
God.
they didn't have that
I can't imagine if I
2018.
didn't have that
years
right
ago.
now. I would be
So
10 times slower.
right, it would take us way longer to get a claim closed. But I wouldn't say that my
Absolutely.
generation is lazy, but I definitely do believe that we like to maximize our time better. We also like to take smart cuts, not shortcuts. But
Hmm.
you know, a
Smart
lot of
cuts. I like
people,
that.
right? But I feel like a lot of people in my generation, they don't understand the concept of hard work. So
Hmm.
and that could translate over to like being an adjuster. In this industry, it's a lot of hard work, and it doesn't
Oh
necessarily
yeah.
mean like physical hard work, meaning, but also like I said, just being tired and having to
Hmm.
find that willpower to get work done. A lot of it's not really many smart cuts you can take as an adjuster. So
Hmm.
but you can, be prepared. But I think I kind of agree that my generation, like, we like things the easier route, especially with, the way
Oh
that
yeah.
money is accessible through the internet and,
Yep.
things like that. I don't think we have a lot of like plumbers and electricians and stuff like that in my
But make
generation.
trades great again. That's what I always hear. No,
Right.
but I agree. I agree with Sterling too. Is definitely work harder. I mean, work smarter, not harder. I do also agree with you, Kayvon, on the part that you said the instant gratification. And I feel like that's where some adjusters or new adjusters could like fall short because they'll hear us talking about, oh, we made 200,000 in a year, but it's like, bro, I'm working my butt off. Like it's not easy. You know what I mean? Like I'm working hard every day, 7 days a week, taking no days off. You know what I mean? So I do understand that part. Like we do work hard because we know like you're gonna make a lot of good money doing this job. So you might as well work hard doing it. But you're not gonna get it. You might not get it like that depending on your work ethic. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna come easy. This job is definitely not an easy one, but it's worth it. I promise you that is definitely worth it. So for the marketing team,
And can
what
I say
is,
one thing?
yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, just to like, for those who haven't went on like a deployment yet, when we say that this job is not easy, I feel like nothing in life is easy. Whatever you do is gonna be hard. You just have to pick your hard, like that you want to put up with. Because specifically for me, just to give a idea, like I said, I worked at Enterprise. When I worked at Enterprise, I would say about 4 times as much work that I do as an adjuster, but I was paid a fourth of what I make as an adjuster, you know? So it's like when we say it's hard to be an adjuster, it just means that, you know, everything in life is going to require hard work if you want to become successful. So, you know, don't let that discourage you when we say that it's hard work. You know, it's just meaning
Absolutely.
that everything is hard, but I you want to work hard at something that's going to pay you well, you know? So I just want to put that
Exactly.
out.
And that's the thing. Once you get paid, you get a little extra motivation. You know what I mean? You're like, you know
Definitely.
what? Yeah, I can thug this out for a little bit longer.
Right.
My next question for the marketing team is what is you guys' target audience? Or do you have a target audience? If so, like why are you guys choosing that uh age bracket or whatever audience you guys have?
Right. So right now, our target audience, it's like kids like or adults between the ages of like 18 to like 35 really. And that's the target audience that we've been kind of focusing on because we feel like a lot of people like in that age range they don't really know what they want to do with their what they want to do with their
Hmm.
life. Like I hear like a lot of times like people I've heard people say use your 20s to like do as many things as you like do as many things as you can, to really find out what you like. Then like, the 30s you start getting good at it. Then like the 40s, I guess when you really, you're like a master at like the thing that you do basically. But I think, yeah, I think that age range because like I said, people are just, they're kind of green, they're not really sure like what they want to do. And, like once you just beginning, I feel like you want to give people options that could change their life early, like how we were talking
Right.
about earlier, basically like when you graduate fresh out of college, just think if we all started doing this when we were or not going to college, when we were like 18, 19, we'd
Right.
be we'd be set right now,
I feel like just about everybody who's adjusting in this room feels the same way. Like, yeah, if I would have started
if
this
I would have
early, I'd be
started
a
early.
millionaire by now. Right.
Definitely. But I
Right, right, right.
agree. So I was going to say that age range that Major mentioned, like 18 to 35, that is our target
Mhm.
audience because, for one, specifically with the 360 Adjuster Academy, like we've discussed this, in marketing meetings that when being an adjuster, it's a lifestyle, and I feel like that
Mhm.
specific age group, everyone with the access of social media, everyone sees the highlights of everyone's life. So everyone sees people traveling, having nice things, having nice wardrobe or whatever it may
Mhm.
be, and that's what everyone in that age group wants from 18 to 35. Everyone wants this is not for everyone, but people like designer, or like they like to take trips out the country, or just to have money at dispense. But that's pretty much our target audience, because with the being an adjuster, you can have access to that lifestyle that everyone so desperately desires to live and wants to have. So you know it's also we target that audience because we can help those who don't know what they want to do with their lives, that may have just graduated, like how when Major started right after college, we were trying to figure things out, and I just feel like that audience specifically we should target, because we can help the generation that's coming up in the world, the next future leaders of the world specifically.
Yes, and that's a
But
very
that's
good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. Because again, it goes back to like you may not want to do this for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you starting out young. You starting out young, you make 600,000 the first 4 or 5 years adjusting. You might go ahead and switch courses to something that's really your passion. But the thing is, this could put you on that road. You know what I'm saying? So for those that you may know that are not here today, that maybe not even necessarily lost, but maybe they don't know what they really want to do, and but they know that they have another passion for something else, or they know they're hardworking, stuff like that. You should invite them to listen to us, because this could be that thing that helps them get on course for the thing that they really want to do. At least for, I know some people, for myself. Yes, the vision within the vision. That's exactly it. I love that line so much, because it's so true. Like you come in this community and you become an adjuster, and you, like Meech said, you kind of right your wrongs in a way. That's why we call it laboratory redemption. You kind of right your wrongs in a way where you could put yourself back on another track that you really want to go down. So I don't know. I love that. I love the vision within the vision.
Sure.
This was a great discussion, guys. Thank you so much. Does anybody else have any questions for them? Because I've been talking their heads off. Yes, Travis, Mr. Brock.
My question for anyone, your friends that you would tell them about adjusting, um, why should they not be an adjuster? Like, why should they not do it? Versus saying you should, why shouldn't they do it?
Mhm.
I would say if they don't have a good work ethic in general, if you're not serious about your money, then you shouldn't do it.
That would probably be, I would have
Pretty
to agree
much.
with you. That's
Serious
probably
about your
the only person I
success.
would, that's probably the only type of people I would not promote adjusting to, if you don't have a strong work ethic. Because I think it definitely takes that to succeed. Like you can still get deployed. Don't get me wrong. You can still get deployed. You can still last, depending on how much work it is, you could probably last, just cruising. You definitely could. But me personally, I reach out to the people that I feel like have a strong work ethic. Yeah, exactly what Toby said. You're gonna get knocked down a whole lot.
Yeah, I agree as well. I would say, I would tell someone they should not do it if um this would be, I would say this to someone that I know on a personal level, if
Mhm,
if you know that you can't be away from your
mhm,
everyday normal, if you can't be away from family, from friends, if you can't sacrifice, those precious moments for a few months or however long you go on a deployment, it's not for you. And specifically, like we said, with hard work, if you're not committed to, sacrificing sleep, or,
mhm,
time on social media, or time doing other miscellaneous things that you enjoy doing, I would not recommend that for you, because as an adjuster, it does require a lot of time, a lot of focus. So,
mhm,
if you can't put your focus directly into being an adjuster, it's not for you. If you're kind of
mhm,
like all over the place, if you have other outside endeavors that you kind of want to do as well. And specifically, I know an example. Last July of 2022, I went on a deployment to Chicago, and there was a lady that was there. I believe she was in her 30s, and she was a real estate agent, and she had a real estate business, and she wanted to give adjusting a try, and she came on that deployment, and she stayed there for about 2 weeks. but she had other things going on with her real estate business that required more of her attention as well. So it was very difficult for her to balance the both of them. So it's like, if you know that you can't give 100% to being an adjuster, I wouldn't recommend you wanting to do this. So that's my opinion on that. I would tell someone not to do it.
Yep, that's a good answer. Does anyone else have any questions for our lovely panel? Anyone? This has been great, guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Meet, you gonna come back on and let everybody know?
Yeah, man, guys, thank y'all so much, man. That was real good, man. I was enjoying that. I felt like I was looking at a little episode of movie, so I was all in it, man. Like, yeah, that was really good, man. Thank you guys, man. That was a great panel. Man, it just made me want to bring y'all back individually. I can't wait till we start bringing y'all so we can dive a little bit deeper into the minds of the marketing team, man. So it was a great introduction, man. I really do appreciate the great information, man. So thank you guys so much, panel. You did a great job. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Everybody, man, it's been a great call so far. Again, we want to remind everybody, please fill out the feedback forms that we have in there.
Yes, please.
So keep your eyes focused on the prize. We are $100K a month, as you've been hearing ongoing. They've been talking about this $100K a month, here in the Laboratory of Redemption. I know some of you guys may have seen us somewhere with the wild dog, but we saw that's sort of we've claimed and taken that as our mascot, is what we've identified with the wild dog in a few different ways. The wild dogs are pack animals. They together. They're very communal. They tight knit. And they're one of the best hunters, if not the best hunters in Africa. People think it's the lion and all of that other stuff, but they hunt. They hunt in packs. They run their prey down till they are exhausted. So they just can't run no more. They just keep their little pace, and they can't run away from them. So they tired. They got an 80% kill average. 80%. They successful at 80% of the things they try to kill. That's crazy, But another good thing that we identify about this is that they take care of their young first. When they do make kills, they let the kids eat first. The babies eat first. So that's another thing that we want to do. We want to take care of our young, the young adjusters, the new people out there. We want to go make the killings and bring it back for you to eat. The mothers, the animals, they eat the food and they'll go regurgitate it back to the babies when they're away. They're so caring. They do that to the adults too. They really take care of each other. So that's one of the ways of this, why we identify with the wild dog pack. So we'll be getting more into that, as these things go on, man. So, but our next week, the panel discussion is going to be a great one, man. It is going to be a year-end tax implication with our very own Coach Ryan Walker and Michael.
Is you Demetrio? No, it's you, Demetrio. It's you, man. You and Coach K.
It's me. Well, whoever. Maybe me and we gonna work that thing out. We may have our panel discussion, whatever that may consist of or look like. We're working and fine tuning that. But yeah, guys, again, man, thank you guys so much for joining us. The Laboratory of Redemption, week 23. Join us next week for week 24. Again, as I said, we're going to be having another great panel, another great call. Thank you for your time. Do we have anybody
for your time.
Else? Anything before we get up off of this wonderful call?
Feedback forms. Get those filled out for us. Those will help us out so much.
Form.
So much for the future.
Form. Absolutely. Feedback forms. All right, guys. Well, it looks like Travis, you going to lead us out? You're going to do your fingers and
what the music at though? Huh?
Hold on. Thank you guys for joining us.
Hold on.
No, I just had a question. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out, is there like a checklist for to be an inspector? Like, you gotta have an insurance adjuster license. Is there like a checklist for someone to for me that doesn't know anything? Is there like a checklist for me to go look at to be like, okay, I need that, I need that, I need that?
We can get it. I know somebody can reach out to you if you don't mind speaking with somebody individually, instead of us sending you somewhere. Would you mind speaking with somebody and you can ask these questions and we will personally want to talk to you about that.
No, yeah, definitely.
Feedback form, and we'll get a feedback form number on there. We'll get with you for sure. 100%.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll reach out to you, man, and get all those questions.
What part of the country?
Yeah, what state? Yeah.
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Okay. Oh man, yeah, we gotta take care. Here, Texas boy.
Yeah, I know a couple of the guys. A couple of my friends. I just was, just trying to ask a question, better understanding.
Yeah. That's a lot of information. Just to answer that somewhat. Yeah, there is a lot of information that you can look up. You get on. There's a lot of YouTube videos that'll walk you through some of this stuff. But as far as some really detailed information about what you could be doing next. Like you said, fill out that information thing, and somebody be reaching out with you, man. We'll personally talk to you. Hopefully, come out, get a plan with you, man. Take some steps with you. Major out there and all of them, man. We'll help you start this journey, man.
But most importantly, just get licensed. Pass that hump first, and you good.
Yes, sir.
100%. What's up, Javon?
Right,
what's up, Ivan? What's going down, peoples? Larry's iPhone.
Nah, Larry not on the iPhone no more, man.
He always on the iPhone. He always on there.
He upgraded.
Moving on up. Larry moving on up. Larry on it, man.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for such a lovely evening. Thank you.
We see y'all next week.
Miss Jordan Ferris, what's going on?
All right, y'all.
Bring those questions.
Appreciate you, OB. Have a good one.
Miss BJ, what's happening, Jets? Are the Jets still playing? Oh, she gone.
Are the
Jets still playing today?
The Jets got slapped.
Chill out.
They didn't even score, bro.
I didn't know, Sterling.
Score. Dang. My bad. That was tough.
It's all good. It's all good. The Cowboys got whooped too, so we good.
They got. Oh, he gone. Oh, he had to look at Ricky like, man, shut up. Look at him like, shut up.
I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna sign off.
Why he talking now?
I'm just gonna sign off.
Oh, they still them boys. I'm gonna ask.
All right, y'all.
One by one here. I don't know where they're going.
All right, y'all.